Alright, hello and welcome. This is going to be my tutorial guide, updated tutorial guide, or like how to play guide, I suppose, on Blox Cards. So if you're new, I recommend checking this video out, but I do recommend checking out the in-game tutorial. And additional help can be found in the top right. It's a little help guide inside of the game. It goes over every single thing. But I will admit, it's a little bit wordy, but it's not that huge of a problem. Alright, so if you have any issues with the guide, the tutorial, then you kind of came to the right place. I will be going over everything you need to know to play Blox Cards. I won't go into depth with too much stuff, just mainly the basics, what you need to know, how to play, and that's pretty much it. So I made a new account here just for this. As you can see, I have no wins, no loses, and hovering over this shows me my level and my title. This is an in-game currency. It is 500 BB or Blox bucks. Basically, you use those for getting new cards, bidding in auctions, buying sleeves to customize your cards, or the back of the cards rather, or buying pre-made decks, or just using them in trade. But anyways, anytime you have a battle request, you'll see that red thing that just popped up. It's someone else in the game sending you a battle request. Basically, they want to fight you. You can ignore it, you can accept it, decline it, whatever you want to do, but for the sake of this video, we're going to go over basically what we need to know before we actually get into a battle. Alright, right off the bat, the game doesn't just only give you currency. The game gives you a whole deck. If you go over to Deck Builder, you can see your whole starter deck. You have a ton of cards here. Most of them have this blue on them. That signifies that they're a blue card. This, on the other hand, is a white card. There are different colors and they're all down in the bottom left. White, blue, red, green, yellow. But since we're new, we're starting with blue. That rhymed, and I'm a little ashamed of it. Let's go to slot B so I can get some stuff covered. If you see on the cards, there's like letter C, letter U, let's see here, letter R, letter E, letter L. Those are rarities. Rarities don't mean most powerful. Rarities mean how rare a card is. Some cards are very powerful, but not all legendaries are gonna give you a straight win. You need to learn about cards and use them a specific way and not just fill up your whole deck with just legendary. Rarities do play a major role in deck building. Commons, you can fit up to 4 of them of one card. So I can put like a ton of commons. But if I were to select one card and say I wanted to put a ton of it, I can only put up to 4. We don't necessarily want all of this. Uniques, their limit is 3. Over here, rare is 2, and epic and legendary are both 1. If you're an experienced player and you've been playing for quite a while, you might find a card with the letter T. Those are tokens. They are unusable cards. They have been updated or changed to where the card is no longer usable. They are somewhat rare to come across now. There are 3 types of cards in the game. There are units, what you see here. This is a unit. He has a health and power. He also has an effect and a bio underneath. So his name is Spark. He has 200 health, 200 power. His effect is Haste. Haste allows a card to attack right when you put him down on the field. We'll go into this a little bit later when we actually do a battle. And then the bio at the very bottom is just kind of a description, kind of like a little information of what the card is, or not really is, but like somewhat like a lore, or like a story rather. It's not needed at all. It's just like little fun facts. This is an action. as you can see up there, it's an action. This is a common. This one is also an action. It's a little bit harder to tell with the new arts compared to the old arts, so that could be a little confusing. And the third type of card is a terrain. The deck that we get does not contain a terrain card, mainly because we're just starting out and we're getting used to the game. Anyways, I am going to swap us back over to slot A, exit, and now we are back in the game. We will go over some more stuff in a little bit. With the amount of currency that the game has provided us, we will go into the shop. I will buy a few packs, hopefully to find some stuff that I can explain a little bit more, play around with. But for now, right here is the card packs. We have Exine, red, green, blue, yellow, exotic, ancient, and tribal. Tribal, ancient, and exotic, you need to have 10 wins or more. And sometimes for events, there will be an event pack, which are basically alt arts. And alt arts are just normal cards with a different type of art or image. They're more rare to come across. I do highly recommend that you do buy blue packs when starting out, just so you can build a deck more easily. You can use other colors, but I don't fully recommend it. We'll go with red, just so I can explain some stuff. We'll get that many from buying 5 packs. So here's all of the cards. All of them will have new. This is an action. Units, all of these are units. That's an action over there. Normally actions will have 0 health, 0 power. And if you've noticed, all of the red cards, when I hover over them, right under those dots, we will get into it a little bit later, but the dots, there's a thin line of red. That's how you indicate a card. This card, on the other hand, has a thin line of green. It's a green card that costs red. We'll get into that when we actually battle. We're going to buy a few more, just to have a variety. Alright, getting some good stuff. Also, the artwork displays what color the card is. All of these have like a red design. This one right up here has yellow, and you can check with the line right under the dots. The dots do have a name. The name is icon. Icons are used for summoning or purchasing cards from your hand into the field or into play. We'll get into that. Alright, I do believe we have quite a significant amount of red cards. Let's buy 2 Exine packs so you guys kind of get an idea of what this pack might contain. Alright, a few blues, yellow, white. Alright, last pack. A yellow, green, and 2 reds. Alright, we're going to start with the new player deck first, the default deck, just so you guys get an idea. All around the map, you don't have to battle a player right off the bat if you feel intimidated or you want to learn first. I highly recommend battling AI. Every single kind of sparkly thing out in the map is an AI. The only thing different is that the recycling can is not an AI you battle. The recycling can is an AI that you trade with. We'll go over it. As you can see, anyways, I'm here to recycle old cards, which means I'll give you some buck for whatever cards you don't want anymore. And then here's what a trade would look like. You can trade with other players, but that's a little bit later in the game when you're level 3 and level 7. Level 3 you can send trades, but people can't send you trades. At level 7 you fully unlock it, basically. The recycling bin, you have to put quite a bit for him to offer up some bucks, which I don't fully recommend, especially when starting. It's better to hold on to your cards than to lose them right off the bat. We are going to battle the trash can for now just because he is one of the most basic AI in the game. You definitely can battle stronger AI and win with the deck, but as a beginner, I highly suggest starting with the easier ones. Alright, now we're starting first. If you notice up here, we have all of these colors, kind of our name, and then like an HP amount. Each player starts with 5,000 HP. These are player cards. The player who goes first starts with 4, while the player who starts second goes with 6. The first player also has 6 cards, while the second has 5. This is an action, and this is a unit. We're going to use a unit, but to put him out in field, we have to sacrifice 2 white icons to purchase him. He goes out into field, and we can't do anything more. We can use this, but we're going to save that for later. As you can see, he generated a blue icon. A card with a color will generate an icon of that color unless the card says that it is unable to or will not generate. It is always good to read the effect of a card. This one says, whenever you cast an action or terrain spell, generate a blue icon. We have an action right here, gain 2 white icons. Let's use that. So now we have 6, and our card creates a blue icon for us. Let's put out another unit. Let's put out a large unit, 700 HP and 700 power. But this one says, this card cannot attack. That's not a problem for us. We just want a unit that can kind of protect us for now. We'll end the turn, and now we have 2. Why do we have 2? Because we used 2 to purchase this one, and having 2 cards out on the field generated 2 blue icons. As long as you have cards in the field, they will generate income or icons for you in a way. Now, these are pretty tough. This action right here, luckily, it says, all enemy fighters lose 100 power and reveal your opponent's hand. Put a random blue or red action into your hand. So that's really good. We'll use it. All of their stats decreased. The top stat is the health. The bottom is the attack power. So all of their attack lowered. We're going to get rid of that. As you can see, I created a red icon by right-clicking on a computer or using a mouse. You can sacrifice a card to get 1 color icon of what the card used to be. Since I was a red card and I sacrificed it, I got 1 red icon. Now the cards are going to battle, and if you can see, these cards have like a lock. Here, let's do this. We'll purchase this card. This card has a targeting effect. When this card is cast, lock a target fighter for 2 turns. That means we can select a card to lock. In this case, it would be wise to lock this card. Now it has a lock with the number 2. That's how many turns that card has to wait until it can attack again. And we will end turn since we can't do anything else. We're just kind of stalling and generating icons so we can have more characters on the field. This way we can defend, attack, and hopefully overcome our opponent. Alright, let's do that again. We're just gonna lock this guy. We're not gonna attack, mainly because I want to generate a lot of icons. I want to have enough to where, in case anything bad happens, we will be okay financially. In a way. Yeah, see, the opponent is now summoning quite a bit of units, and it is pretty wise to have a large amount. Let's see here. When this card is cast, a target fighter gains 250 health and power, lock them for 1 turn. So this card is helpful. It costs quite a bit, but it's helpful. We're going to give some stats to him. So now he has 700 and 700. Let's put out 2 of these. These have haste. Basically, they can attack on the turn they were summoned. So we're going to get rid of these. As you can see, we're wasting a lot of icons. But we saved all that up, and because of that, we now have a large army on the field. All of these are going to generate icons as long as they say that they can. If the card says this card cannot generate, then it can't generate, but luckily all of these can. When this card is cast, gain quite a bit of life. It has good stats. Let's put him out there. Somewhat cheap. Alright, here's another action because of what it says. 0 HP, 0 power. Set a target fighter's stats to 500, 500. So let's increase this character's stats. We now have a very strong unit. I think we'll attack this one here. Sometimes sacrifices will have to be made. In this case, we're going to sacrifice 2 cards to... Actually, just 1 card. This one will survive. When you do attack, both cards battle. So my 500 HP will lower. Now it's at 50 HP and 500 damage. That's all we can do, so we have to end turn. Alright, let's put out another heavy unit. Since they're locked, they're not going to be a threat. Alright. This card generated a green icon. Some different color cards have different effects, and those effects can generate other stuff for you. When this card is cast, the target fighter gains 150 health. That would be really good. Let's increase the survival for this one. We can attack. Let's use this one. 150 health remaining. Let's sacrifice this one. And we're going to sacrifice this one. Let's attack. And now the player's health is lowering. We're in the lead. We're winning by 700 HP. That's good. All of our cards are locked. This one can't attack. You can try it. It won't work. Over here we do have a very expensive card. I forgot to mention, at the end of each turn you will generate 2 white icons. So be careful about how you spend it and how you manage it. We're going to get rid of that. Luckily our opponent has 0 cards. So we currently have a good position. We have very strong cards, a ton of icons that we can waste whenever we want. And we have more health. The icons go up. Ooh, let's see here. Should we sacrifice? Yeah. We can sacrifice. Here's a good example of what I was saying. This card right here costs 3 white icons. We have enough. We can summon it. 300 HP and 300 power. When this card is cast, summon a Fruit Ninja. Snow Skater can't generate icons. So if we summon him, this one can generate, but this one cannot. You do have to read effects. So it would be wise to sacrifice this one if we were in battle, but if you're low on icons, you might want to protect this one. Let's attack before our time limit runs out. Alright, just a little bit more to go, and then we win. Alright, luckily we're in the lead. It's only a little bit left. We'll attack with this one, and then we'll finish it. 700, and we win. Nice, we got a badge. That basically sums up how the game goes. You don't have to focus on every single icon, you only have to focus on the icons that you do need. If you play a ton of expensive cards, you might not get a chance to play them in the long run, or you might not be able to play them at all because of how expensive they are. Let's go back into Deck Builder. Let's go to slot B. Let's select only red. Let's see here. Let's put a few of these cards at random. Deal 200. Yeah, that's pretty good. That card, this card, those cards. These are commons. Commons are usually really good for generating icons. So, actually, I don't want Burning Tree. Burning Tree, when this card survives an attack, put 2 Forest Fire Butterflies into your hand. Later on in the game, you will learn more about which cards do what and what cards are exactly what. And Burning Tree isn't really one I want to show off too much right now. Let's put that card, this card, it'll be inexpensive. And then let's see here, what else do we have? We do have an epic. Whenever this card attacks, both players lose health. Then ready this fighter. This card can't attack the opponent. Could be interesting. Cast a fighter, drains health. Oh, no. That one would be a bad choice on my end for just starting. At the end of your turns, put a kitten. When this card destroys another, unlock it and give it that much power. Sure, we'll do that. Let's put one more card and then we'll be good to go. Not that one. Yeah, let's put that one. Let's put 2 of them. We'll get rid of one of those and then we'll go over to blue. We'll put 2 of those, 2 of these, those. These are fun. Daring is pretty good. That one's good. That one's also good. 2 of those. That. We'll put him. We'll put him. And then we'll put him. We're just kind of making a fast build just to show how icons work. So now we have a red and blue deck with a few actions of white. Wrong, trash bin. This will basically explain icons a little bit better and how to manage them. You do have to be careful about your cards out in the field and protecting them. Alright, the game is loaded. A little bit information. Okay, our opponent just sacrificed quite a bit of cards to get a ton of icons. They are down to 1 card and 1 card in play. Just a little bit of information. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's a little 33 out of 40 and down below there's a 34 out of 40. That's how many cards are remaining. This is your deck and that's their deck. If you run out of all of your cards, you will start to lose health. And then you could potentially lose. When this card is cast, deal 50 damage to a target fighter. This card can't generate icons. That's no major problem. We just need someone defending. Alright, that's a lot of icons. Let's see here. When this card is cast, deal 300 damage to a target fighter and to your opponent. That could be good, but it's a little bit expensive. When this card is cast, deal 250 damage to a target fighter. That's a little bit cheaper. Let's go for that. So I'm going to sacrifice 2 cards, purchase him. He'll go out and we can use his effect. We'll click on this one. And now that card dies because it just had the amount. And we're going to end turn. This way we generate and he can attack. Alright, that was a good choice. He attacked the card that we didn't necessarily need. Let's see here. I don't think we will need an expensive card currently, so we'll put him out just to get some generating. When playing multiple colors, it can be difficult managing. So you do want to be careful about how you play and how you manage your cards. As you can see, I'm sacrificing a few cards just to have somewhat of a shield out in play. At the same time, we are getting a lot of red, so that's beneficial to us. Alright, we do have a good card that only costs white. It will generate blue, so that's good. Let's use this to lower the attacks. And now, hopefully, oh, hey. Deal 500 damage to an opponent, and it's an action, so that's good. Let's use it. Sometimes using an action isn't the best choice, but since we had a ton of white, it was a good choice, because now we're back to where we were, pretty much. Alright, we're taking some damage here. No worries. Just what we needed. Let's see here. Whenever this card attacks, both players lose health. Then ready this fighter. That's pretty good. Alright, they are taking a lead here. We do have to be careful. Alright, there goes our card, but it didn't go in vain. It protected us from a lot of units. Since we don't really have cards that we can use, we're just going to end the turn and hopefully stall for a while. Studs, we'll save those for later. Let's see here. We don't want to just sacrifice one card on its own. Luckily, this AI is perfect for new players, because it won't attack. It will attack our cards, but it won't attack us directly. Other NPC or AI around the map will be harder than this one, or a little bit weaker. Alright, I think we've cheated the system a little bit too much now. Alright, let's use those. Alright, one more turn and then we'll fully push in a way. We're going to go with him, 2 developers, because we have a ton of white icons. Let's go with that. Let's use a lock. If we can. We're going to lock that one. Father Christmas. We're going to sacrifice. This one, when a card is cast, when this card is cast, deal 200 damage to a target fighter. 200, we can get rid of one of these. So that'll be good. And I believe that is it. Yeah, Alright, taking some damage here and there. No worries though. We do have a ton of player health. Player health can go really high and really low. So do be careful about it. Let's attack that one. Let's see here. Let's get rid of these two. Let's put that one in the field. Alright, this is going to be a little bit difficult here. We have 2 actions, 1 card, and 2 enemy cards. For the sake of survival, we're going to do this to lower their health, but keep us alive. And then if that one attacks, this one will die, and this one will have a low health. The ideal move for the opponent would be attacking like so. That way they keep their health and their attack. You do have to play around with a little bit of math and calculating what would be the most beneficial move for me. As you can see, it is quite difficult managing icons and cards. So I do recommend starting off with mostly unpacking blue cards to learn a little bit more about color management and cards. We are going to forfeit just because our opponent is very heavy right now on units. Alright, just because we lost doesn't mean anything much. You will have your ups and downs, but overall you will have a fun time playing the game once you do learn and get more cards. Let's see here. We do have 50 from last time, and we're still level 1, so we can't do much, but I will go around the map and show some stuff for the remainder of the video. Before all of that, ranks and stats. Excuse me. Alright, I went to get some water just to clear my throat out a little bit. But anyways, ranks and stats. Basically, ranks are all the titles you earn for different reasons. Card collecting, battles, getting more cards, art cards, charms, or having an amount of block bucks, etc, etc. Stats. Basically your win-loses, currency, how many cards out of all of the cards in the game. There's quite a lot, 1,344 in game. Total cards that you have. Art cards, we talked about those a little bit. And sleeves. Let's see here, sleeves. These are basically the back of the card, what your opponent sees. And you can see if your player card is displayed, which will happen in the beginning of the game because no cards are out on field, but they're just little cosmetics. Alright, getting that out of the way. In the bottom, I have stated it before, at least I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, these are pre-made decks that you can buy for either Robux or block bucks. Rank pack is just for custom titles, not an actual pack, just letting you know. Let's see here. Luck charms just boosts your luck on getting legendary cards when opening packs. Playing, you can challenge other players that are in the game currently. So we can battle him, or we can spectate a match. We can watch them battle. Spectating is a good way to kind of learn, read up on cards, see what they do. And let's see here. Trade is unlocked later in the game. As you can see, reach level 3 to unlock trading. And then let's see here. Around the map, you will see these. These are auctions. Auctions will have a timer, and you bid on cards. Basically, they're for legendary and epic cards that you might need or want. They're not the best way to get cards, but they definitely do help if you're looking for a specific card and you just happen to spot it. Or if you're just going after legendaries and epics. I do believe I went over everything, basically, of what you need to know. Anything else on the map is just cosmetic or AI. I can show you a few of them. Here's one right here. This one's a little bit challenging. Bism is a little challenging. They're scattered around the map. You do have to walk around quite a bit. You can get up there from the cannon, but basically, card game, fighting, and managing. If you have any questions, do put them down below in the comments. I will check them. We did not find or see any terrain cards. They're not used too much. This is a shop, by the way. I'm looking for AI. Terrains aren't used too much, but they are beneficial sometimes when used. But that pretty much covers all of the basics and what you do need to know when starting the game. Any questions, put them down below. We do have a Discord for TSL Studios. I don't know if Blox Cards wants me to advertise their Discord, so I'm not linking that. You can find a Discord link on the game page, though. For Blox Cards. So if you're on Roblox and you go to Blox Cards, under the description there should be social links if you need help from them or need to get into contact. But my own Discord is down below if you want to come out, chat, have questions, anything like that. But comments are a great way to get in touch with me. Alright, that's pretty much it. I don't believe I'm missing out on anything. Final words on advice, I would say play versus other players that are around your level. Like if you're just starting out, maybe fight some level 3s, level 2s, level 5s. And don't buy too many cards from the auction. Getting packs is a better idea because you get more cards per pack rather than spending 100 bucks for a card or potentially bidding up the cost of a card from an auction. I don't recommend battling high levels straight away. You might see these around. These are just art boxes. They're a chance to get alt arts from paying Robux. They're cheap. They're just little differently designed cards. They're cool to have and collect. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hopefully this video did help, showed the core mechanics, how to play. And if you do need extra help, there is a help button up here once again. Starting a battle, cards, health power, icons, locks, attacking, winning, buying cards, everything. So if you do need help, check that out. Maybe ask the community politely, or just leave a comment down below and I'll check it out. Anyways, thank you to everyone who supports us, and hopefully anyone watching this video, hopefully I did help you guys, and that's gonna be it. Our links are down below if you want. Check out our other videos if you want, and I will see ya.